Hey guys, Uniservo here. Welcome to my spotless workbench here. Actually, it's just a table. It's one of many workbenches that doesn't get cleaned very often. Anyway, sorry for not making too many videos lately. Work is killing me. I'm going through some very large changes in business. Kind of changing almost everything, not quite everything, but almost everything. So that's just taking up all my time because otherwise business is pretty bad. Anyway, I figured how about combining business and video? Well, remember I said I wouldn't turn this into a big commercial for my business, but I am going to show you a trick that I use for when I'm selling stuff. And one thing that we all hate: loose tube bases. I mean, normally a nice tube. Here, what do we have? A nice 1950 RCA 6SL7 GT Jan. It's a nice twin triode. You can see it's got almost no use on it. It's a nice clear top. Well, hey, I sell these sorts of things. But loose tube bases, that's no good. Why? The audio guys, they're the ones that are pretty much buying these things, hate loose tube bases. I mean, electrically, there's no big deal. Some might claim adds to microphonics. Maybe not. But it's a good way to have or even quarter the retail price of a tube is to try selling it with a loose tube base. In fact, even a lot of audio guys will just plain old return any tubes with loose bases. So what I do is when I get tubes like this, and it seems to be, unfortunately, World War II and early 50s RCAs are the worst. Sylvanias can be a little bad, but yeah, those seem to be the worst. The glue just dries up. There's glue in the base. They squirt a bunch of glue and then smush the tube down into the base, solder it up. But hey, that glue has failed over the years. So this is what I do to fix these. And I've actually gotten questions about, hey, how do you fix the tube bases, tighten up the tube bases so they look really good? Because I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen sloppy jobs where where there's just goop and epoxy all over and it's just squirting out all over the place. Sometimes you find it with just plain old electrical tape. And there's a lot of really awful repair jobs. Some of them don't even work. The base loosens up right away. But this is what I do. Okay, first off, you have to clean the tube base. You can see here, look at all that crud there. This tube was sitting in a chassis, accumulating grime and crud. So just get yourself a moist paper towel. And what you do is you kind of shove into the base as much as you can. And it only has to be water. That's all. This is just dirt. See? And look at how that's coming out. It's coming out nice and clean. Ugh, look at that filth. And once it's nice and clean, because you're going to want to have something for the glue to grab onto. So now that that's nice and clean, put it to the side. Let it dry. Here's one that I cleaned previously. And this is what I do to tighten up the base. I use Gorilla Glue Super Glue Gel. It's sort of like super glue, the good old stuff with the guy, the hard hat that attaches himself to the I-beam. That old stuff is not like the new stuff. The new stuff is not as good. They've really weakened the formula because, too many idiots were gluing their head to their car and stuff like that. So I found this stuff to be pretty good. So as per directions, shake it up. And it's all ready to go here. What I like to do is find find the place where the crack is sort of the biggest between the Bakelite base here, the plastic base, and the glass. On this one, it looks like about right here. See if I can do this on camera. Here we go. And just lay a bead. Just squirt it out and lay a bead. It only has to be like that. See? Now, get yourself a paper towel and put it up against the tube like so. And while exerting pressure on the glass, just shove down. Shove down like that and wipe away. Some may spill out, just wipe it away. But what you're doing, I'm kind of contorting myself, is you're shoving the glue down into the base. Now, if you can see there, I don't know if this is going to show up in the camera, but you can see there's glue shoved down into between the glass and the plastic of the base. The lighting's not too good, sorry, but I shoved it down in there, and it's not coming out. Now, I'm just going to set this tube aside. Don't monkey with it. It's in there. Don't try to adjust the glass. Don't do anything. Just put it aside. Put it aside. Let it dry. Now, you know, this stuff is supposed to kind of like dry on contact, and sure enough, it does. If you get it on your finger may be a little stuck to everything, anything. Don't worry about it. It comes off real fast. You know, it's not, like I said, it's not like the old stuff. But just let it sit there. I let it sit overnight. Now, one thing I like about this is it does dry clear inside that crack, so it is more or less invisible. You have to go looking for it to see it. However, also, when you do get a little extra on the glass and you do that wiping stage, and I'll do it again to demonstrate, is it kind of leaves this film, this white film. And the nice thing is, it's real easy to chip that away. Just take a razor blade, take a knife, and just chip it away. But let's do this again. Here we got GE also. See, it's got very low hours. It's just a tiny amount of filament evaporation shadow on the top there. You can almost not see it. That's okay. I'd let that one slide. This one's got very low hours, but you can see it's got a nice big gap. Nice big gap between the glass and the plastic base. In fact, oh my God, I can see right down to the bottom. You may not be able to, but it's almost like they forgot to put glue in this thing. Anyway, let me contort myself again. And another thing, if I have a choice, I'd rather kind of go against the, I'm going to go around the camera here. Oh, I knocked the camera. Well, you got a nice view of some of the other crap on my desk here. I'm going to go and wrap around the camera. And once again, I'm going to put a nice long bead, like a ½ inch. Put the glue to the side. Come around, and I'm going to go against the glass. Support the glass. And, okay, if I can get the camera to focus there. Wish I had another hand. And just shove down. Shove down. Shove that glue into the base, or into the crack between the base and the glass. Wipe away. And there you can see I didn't leave any sort of real residue there. But I can see, I got a whole bunch of glue down in there. Once again, just put it aside. Don't screw with it. Let it dry overnight. When tomorrow morning comes around, I'll take a look at it. They will have dried overnight, and they're going to be tight. And I have yet to have a customer complain about the repair. I've never had one loosen up again. I'm sure if you ape on the base, you can get the thing to loosen up. But you're not supposed to ape on tubes, are you? Whenever you're taking a tube out, like this nice 6B4 here, try and grab it by the brace. I know that's not always easy to do, but try not to do that, because hey, if you grab by the glass, you're exerting a lot of forces that glue joint was not really able to take. One last thing, that glue, So I have had people ask, well, why don't you just put the original glue back in, mix up some of the original glue? Well, the original glue, we do know what the formula is, the official RCA formula. It's in the Dowd archives. But it's all sorts of weird, esoteric, kind of old-timey ingredients. I'm going to go with the modern stuff. This is what I use. I'm sure there are other glues that'll work just fine. I would get a nice clear glue, because yeah, if you get this in white, I don't even know if it comes in white. But if you get a glue that's white, well, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb, the blob of white down in the base. So the clear stuff, invisible. You don't even notice. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy this video and my you could see, rather dirty desk here. I got to clean up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you can use this tip, because yes, just a little bit, and you can do a whole bunch of these in an evening. A whole bunch in an evening. It takes almost no time. Just set up an assembly line. You can actually start getting good money for your tubes. Or, hey, if they're your tubes and you want to use them in your amps and your receivers and such like that to make nice tight basses, it's easy to do. It looks good and it seems to last. So, hey, is there a downside? Not really. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you do. If you want to, maybe wouldn't mind signing you up on Patreon. I do have a Patreon account. Even $1 a month helps me a bunch. And hey, if my Patreon grows a little bit more, I'll make more videos probably. Hey, there is this positive feedback thing going on there. But hey, if you just want to watch, share it around, that's cool too. I do have a Twitter account. I'm Uniserval on Twitter, where I tweet all sorts of necessary and unnecessary announcements about videos and other things in general of all this old tech junk that I like so much. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I shall see you later. Bye-bye.